Okay, so I'm just gonna add another function really quickly to demonstrate a point. So this structure right here, the way we've written it is actually how all programs, well, at least the way most people programming in Python writes programs, they always call the main function here, and then the main function calls any other functions. So first of all, always call the main function, and then from here, any other function is called. It's not going to be like this, for example. It starts to get confusing. Anything else that happens in the program happens in the main. So we've established that you can call other functions from within the function, but here is a strange thing that I wanted to show you. So if I wrote print test here, no, we'll get an error. It says name test is not defined, and it says that it's in line 5. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, by the way, each of these are lines, and this when it's referring to lines here, it's referring to this is line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. So when it says there's a problem line 5 is here. Sorry, here. And it's saying that this test is not defined. Okay, so why is that the case? If we look at okay, so whenever something goes wrong, you always want to follow. You always want to read your code from top to bottom, and I mean you want to follow exactly what happens throughout your code until it breaks. So this is where it breaks. We're gonna see what happens up until this point to make this in order to figure out what the problem is. So we call main function. We get here, then we print hello world, then we print test here. So we make test. We put the string 1, 2, 3 inside test, and then we printed it. And then we called test underscore 1. We get to test underscore 1, and then it prints test, but this time, at this point, it says it's not defined. Why is it the case? We've defined it here, right? Well, the problem is, in order for test underscore 1 to know what test is, we need to do this. And what does that mean? That means that can you take test and give it to this function test underscore 1? If you've given it to test underscore 1, now it should be able to print test. You see now it prints 1, 2, 3 twice. So we call the main function, it prints hello world, then it creates test, puts string 1, 2, 3 inside test, prints test, and then we pass test to test underscore 1, and then we print test again. So that's why you get 1, 2, 3 twice. If you don't give variables from one function to another, the other function will not know what that variable is. So I have to pass that variable to the next function in order for this next function to know what test is. It's in order to know what that variable is. So for example, again, if we were to say print test here, again, we would run into trouble because we haven't passed test underscore 2 test. We'll get this, again, this error, line 3 this time, so it's referring to this line. 1, this is line 1, this is line 2, line 3. So again, what do we have to do? We have to send test over to test underscore 2.